Fox News alert, OT Olympic hero Jack Hughes is back to work. After 72 hours of partying with his gold medal, he flew home to Jersey for his first game back with the Devils.
I'm so proud and I'm so happy that the men's and women's USA hockey teams brought gold medals back to the United States of America. And you guys are making me emotional, but I'm so proud to represent the New Jersey Devils organization.
Jack didn't have time to fix his teeth because he had a long night. Trump broke a record for doing his favorite thing, talking. Last night was the longest State of the Union in history. POTUS clocking in at an hour and 48 minutes, Trump beating the last record held by himself. We went from having a president who couldn't talk to one who won't stop. And Mark Burnett, he better watch out.
People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in. That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up.
One of the players went in with one medal and left with two.
Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off, do you practice that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question based on their vote and my vote. And in this case, my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Shaping up to be a unifying night, right? We're all agreeing on stuff, right? No. Democrats went off the rails. Al Green got kicked out in less than 5 minutes into the speech, and actually 4 to be exact. The squad showed up with ice pins and got real nasty, all because Trump asked them a simple question.
If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens. You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Trump says the squad should be fitted for straitjackets. Quote, when you watch low IQ Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib as they screamed uncontrollably last night at the very elegant State of the Union, such an important and beautiful event, they had the bulging, bloodshot eyes of crazy people, lunatics, mentally deranged, and sick who, frankly, look like they should be institutionalized. How strong was the TDS? They wouldn't stand up for the Ukrainian girl stabbed to death on a train.
Mrs. Zaretsky, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina. How do you not stand? How do you not stand?
Last year, they didn't stand for a black kid with cancer. This year, girls are getting murdered, and they're still glued to their seats. What's the point of wearing a Ukraine pin if you won't stand up when a Ukrainian girl's killed? Everyone in that chamber should be icing their knees today after popping up and down, up and down, up and down. They couldn't stand for widows like Erica Kirk. Half the chamber was chanting Charlie's name. Trump gave a Medal of Honor to a 100-year-old Navy fighter pilot, a living legend who helped take down the Soviets. A guardsman was shot in the head by an Afghan refugee in D.C. and survived. Trump gave him a Purple Heart. What an honor. That guy took a bullet to protect the Democrats who weren't clapping. These aren't partisan stories. They're American stories that almost make you cry. But Democrats are falling asleep, literally. Newsom said, quote, well, that was boring. Kamala, who's running against Gavin, says, well, I thought it was pretty exciting.
There was entertainment value to what he did, but in terms of any substantive value to the people of America, I'd say it was lacking in every way.
Can you imagine Kamala Harris's State of the Union? She'd invite the women's hockey team, but really they'd be dudes. Pelosi was ready to run it back and rip up the speech.
I thought the speech was lazy. You know, it's one thing to acknowledge patriotism and people getting well and everything when you have absolutely nothing to do with their courage or the rest, but you spend an hour and a half doing it. What is the state of the nation?
Maybe Nancy's just mad that Trump called her out.
Let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information. They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she was here? Doubt it.
Afterwards on CNN, Nancy couldn't make it make sense.
The inference he wants to draw is there was something wrong with that, which there wasn't. And if there was, people get prosecuted for it. For a long time now, we've been trying to pass this law. It doesn't have, now it has more support than it had before. And
Elizabeth Warren stood up and applauded. Elizabeth Warren stood and applauded tonight when the president talked about it.
Well, we all did. I did too.
Last night showed us exactly what Democrats stand for. Not you. They didn't stand up for putting American citizens over illegals, voter ID, a secure border, the lowest crime rate in 125 years, locking up criminals, stopping fraud, winning the war on drugs, or trying to. No tax on tips, even though they tried to steal that idea. At one point, Trump said he was going to try to stop teachers from secretly transitioning children behind their parents' back. Democrats just sat there.
These people are crazy, I'm telling you. They're crazy.
Democrats couldn't even stand for angel moms. Fetterman was like, come on, guys.
I stood up and I clapped to recognize the family that lost their daughter, the Ukrainian girl that was stabbed to death, you know, in North Carolina. And I stood up and I clapped that political prisoner from Venezuela. You know, how you can't celebrate those kinds of things. And even more the political things like Erica Kirk. I stood up and I clapped for her as well, too. Now, here, you know, can't we just be more kind to a widow?
Last night, Trump made his case, and the way Democrats reacted proved his point. America's back, and the left can't stand it. 47 was loose, he was relaxed, he was confident, while he got yelled at by hysterical Somalis and guys with ponytails. He's a New Yorker. He's used to it. But the country saw two sides. Trump said, I'm here, and you're all the way over there. What's your problem? Even the media agrees.
One of the priorities for the president was to make sure Americans after this speech had a sense that the opposition party was off the rails, was crazy, their terminology, not mine. Many of the contrasts the president articulated tonight were to drive that message forward, that they can't even applaud basic common sense things.
Now, if they looked crazy inside, wait until you see what they did outside. Since 70 Democrats didn't show up to their jobs, we caught them playing hooky. Ribbit.
Tonight, I defy Trump and his authoritarian project by standing in joyful, radical, peaceful resistance with the Portland Frog Brigade.
It was Noah's Ark. They had giraffes, too. Watch.
I'm fresh out of an ICE prison in Minneapolis. I've been arrested 3 times by ICE over absurdity, over us being ourselves, over me singing songs like, hey, Miss Mr. Tangerine Man. Get rid of brown people from me. I'm Aryan white. There ain't no place I'm going to.
And just like halftime, it was in Espanol.
No pueden encarcelarnos a todas. Imprison us all. Hey. Woo!
Yeah, that was Joy Reid. She didn't wear a costume, but she did fall in love.
We love a fairy tale creature. I just want to thank you for being creative and being in this space. Please give a round of applause to the yellow cat, everybody, please. No king's cat, no king's kitty over there.
Then everybody just started crashing out.
What he's going to do for the next 4 hours is not normal. Him. Him. 1, 2, 3. Trump. The midterms are happening.
We know yesterday was TDS Tuesday. We know. And we're not asking for a lot. We're not asking you to throw on a MAGA hat. We're not even asking you to vote for the guy. Maybe just stand up for a widow. Maybe you can clap for 0 border crossings. Inflation's lower. Golf clap. Or maybe clap like this girl. Here's their pickle. If they clap, it makes Trump look popular, and they'll hate him. Now, if they don't clap, everyone watching on TV will think they're crazy and hate America. So that's why 70 didn't go. They can't win. It doesn't matter what they do, because the president gave the best State of the Union speech of his entire career. He owned the room, ticked off the wins, laid out the future, celebrated the American people, and exposed the left. Even CNN said the man had a hot hand.
Look at the growth President Trump made over the speech. So pre-speech, it was 54% of speech watchers said his policies will move the U.S. in the right direction. After the speech, that number goes up 10 percentage points. So Donald Trump made some progress with people watching the speech.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.